Hi, everybody. This is Alan Fine, and I'm here with Jan Wilkinson and Prentice Wilkinson, who are the Honister Slate mine. Now, we're going to find out what that is and where that is. I just know that it's in Great Britain, and this is Insider Travel Report. So thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Yeah.
So tell me, first of all, what is it and the history of the Slate mine?
So the slate mine is about 400 years old, and it extracted the stone slate for those years, producing roofing slates. They actually don Buckingham Palace and a lot of Westminster, the old city of London. And we bought the location 25 years ago, and it had been mothballed. And our family had actually worked there, and they just investigated why it had been mothballed. And we went to speak to the owners, and it took half an hour, and we bought the extraction rights, etc.
Rewind, because this is all new to everybody. So you're saying that 400 years ago, it started to be a slate mine. Before that, it was just natural land, and no one knew the value underneath.
Correct.
And then it started to be utilized for this purpose. And during that time, your family got involved somehow?
No, so 400 years ago, it was developed as a slate mine, and over the years, it grew and grew and grew. About 100 years ago, there was 400 people working out there producing roofing slates that are on Buckingham Palace. It then got shut down because of expenses. It was not producing what it needed to. My dad actually bought the rights to the mine, and we've developed it since then, 25 years ago. So we still produce the roofing slates, but we also have the activity business as well.
So your father had the hindsight to see that it's more than just what it is, but why not keep it going?
Absolutely, yeah. So our grandparents live in the valley where Honister is, and have worked there for hundreds of years. But when it shut down, obviously, it shut down the valley and all the people working there. So my dad thought it would be a good idea to get it started again, basically.
Wow. So it's so unusual to hear of someone just buying a mine. Yeah, and it wasn't a diamond mine or a gold mine, but it was, for you, it's a gold mine, right?
Yes, absolutely. The tourism has grown organically. People see the still operative mine with the machines, etc. going there, and they're inquisitive, they pull in, and we do mine tours now. So the mountain has 13 miles of tunnels, and we take people just for an hour into experience how it's changed over the years and gone from more manual to more mechanical. We still produce the stone, and they get inquisitive then, and they get a bond because of the history, the longevity, and the product itself, and they look at the beautiful location that it is in the middle of the Lake District, and they want to do a little bit more. We do adventures now as well, so there's climbing experiences up the outside of the mountain. We actually do some inside the mountain because it can be a little bit inclement in the lakes.
Oh, yeah.
And there's something called the Infinity Bridge, which we call it the Infinity Bridge because sometimes you start and you can't see where you're going to finish. You go into the abyss. And we look after people and let them get out into the open. We find that they, especially coming out of COVID, they want to get out into the open, very family orientated.
So during COVID, people would seek you out as an outdoor activity?
Not during COVID, but immediately afterwards, right. Yeah, and we get families coming, we get grandparents that'll come, they'll do the mine tour as they're waiting for the youngsters doing the more adventurous stuff. But we've had 80-year-old people going up on the extreme, and there's such a sense of achievement as they get to the mountain and they look over the lakes and see the Scottish fells in the distance as well.
But rain or shine, because you have the tunnels, people can come and still do something, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have the Via Ferrata, which has been developed from Italy. It was originally made in World War I to get troops over the Dolomites, and we took that and created a climbing experience that any ability can do and come and visit with us. And recently, in COVID, we were actually working inside the mountain to develop the Climb the Mine, which is zip wires and Tarzan swings and climbing inside the mountain.
So how many square feet is that? I mean, it's a big cavernous area?
It's multiple different caverns, so it's a real adventure through the old workings with new, exciting activities.
So I'm trying to picture your dad. Now, most people walk through like, this house, I like this room. And these were chambers. These were giant that he was seeing.
Well, no, it was me. My dad actually died 10 years ago, and I finished uni, and we've kind of developed the tourism part of our business in the past couple of years.
What I meant was when you bought it,
Yeah.
you were looking at the possibilities. And are you like an old house? Are you discovering new caverns and new things that you own that you didn't know you owned?
Yeah, there's 30 miles of tunnels that we haven't explored them all because we're quite happy with the ones that we go
You
in.
still might find gold.
Oh, who knows? Yeah, absolutely.
Or oil or something.
That'd be handy.
Okay. So now, aside from those activities, you have food, beverage. What else do you have in there?
Yep, we have a cafe there, and it is on top of a mountain, so it hasn't got a great expanse of choice. But what we do is all homemade. We use all local produce, and it's some of it is typical to the Lake District environment as well, and wholesome. Yeah.
So I imagine you can handle groups.
Yeah, we can do groups. We've got plenty of facility for buses to come into us as well. We do FITs also. We're a small family business, so we adapt for the customer base that's joining us. We're very willing and capable of doing that.
So Prentice, how do the travel advisors get involved?
If you need to get in touch, our website's honister.com, or you can email us on activity@honister.com as well.
Okay. And do you have programs for travel advisors, or?
We tend to speak to them individually and make it what they're wanting. Yeah. Build it up.
Well, is there anything else you want to tell? We have 108,000 travel advisors watching us now. Anything you want them to know?
Come to the Lake District. We aren't London. It's very easy to get to us.
Let's talk about that. How easy is it?
Sure. So London, all the trains that come to us are direct. You don't need to have any changeovers or anything. So that's really useful for a visitor who's independent. London is a 2.5-hour journey. Manchester is Manchester is an hour 10. Edinburgh, Glasgow, they're about an hour 20.
And this is by car or train?
They're train. Not much difference, to be honest with you, by road. London is about a 6-hour, but the others, Manchester, Glasgow, Edinburgh, are about an hour and a half on the road. And it's motorway all the way. Mm-hmm. You just pull off and you're at the Lake District straight away. Okay, so
and
accessible.
If you're not driving as well, there's a bus that drops people off right on the top of the site as well, so it's really easy.
One thing I'd like to mention about the Lake District is we're very adept at working with hoteliers and transportation companies like the Mountain Goat, and we're tight-knit. We know the customer base, we trust each other, that we provide a really good service. We like people to have a memory, create a memory and come back to us.
So in other words, you have a symbiotic or mutualistic relationship with all of the hotels and carriers, and so that you make it a seamless trip for any guest, and you make it easy for the travel advisor, right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's how it should be, right?
So that's the message. That's the takeaway. Thank you for talking to us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We're the best in England.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.